Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Here you can see with me 2010 Toyota Prius. I believe the baby has approximately 237,000 miles on the odometer. And this Prius was diagnosed by the dealer that it needs head gasket replaced. So this morning I'm starting this entire job. And while I will be doing that, there will be a lot of components exposed on this vehicle. And that gives me great opportunity to show you the most common, but most importantly, most expensive failures on this generation of the Prius. This is being considered third generation, and here in USA it's a 2010 until 2015. And you just saw the weak part, which is not expensive, but it's a weakness of Priuses. It's the aux battery, auxiliary battery. Every single time I get Prius like this, second gen, third gen, in my shop from some services, I always make sure I pop open the back, remove the paneling, the tray and everything is just sitting here, and I will start immediately maintaining, charging the aux battery. This is weakness, and it left many people stranded. It's due to its capacity. It's very small, so the capacity of it's approximately only half than the big battery which we know from conventional vehicles. But as I said, that small aux battery, it's relatively cheap. I remember when I started at the dealer a million years ago, they were like $350. Now these batteries, there are very many of them produced. I believe they retail approximately $250. So they're only slightly more expensive than a standard common battery. Here in this area, however, it's the first expensive item which could cause turbulences in your wallet. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Yes, my friend, you know that it's the hybrid battery. You can see the orange color. That means that's related to the high voltage system. I highly not recommend to you guys to work yourself on any of these. Once again, I don't recommend you. It's extremely dangerous. It can kill you. We got very special trainings from Toyota to work on these, so stay away from them. But here you go. This is the one side of that battery pack. You can see how wide and long it is, right? It's like 2.5 feet long, and it goes underneath that cover towards to the rear seat. If that battery is bad, that it's extremely costly. What is good news on this generation, I don't see them failing so much like the previous second gen. Obviously the second gen got older, so they are failing, and that repair part plus the labor, you can easily expect $3,000, depending where you go, up to $4,000 for replacing that aux battery. I recommend you use only Toyota brand new battery pack. And the reason I'm making this video is basically to put folks who are considering third generation of the Prius in reality, let's call it a reality check, when you are considering to buy used old Prius third generation, which may have 150,000, 250,000 miles on the odometer, and the person may be lured in thinking, hey, it's consistently driving 45 miles per gallon. Here in California, for example, this insane government makes us to pay $6 per gallon. So you will think, hey, this is fantastic. No matter what shape it is in, I will get one of these Priuses. It's worth it. If I have to commute maybe long way to the work or something, or I will drive a lot across the state lines to visit someone, blah, blah, blah. So this will be great. I will save all that money, and it's a no-brainer. Well, Peter says, not true. You have to use your brain, because there are certain items which could be catastrophic as a repair costs for you. So let's continue with the video. This vehicle came with service history, few papers from Toyota, only like 2 years back. And 1 year ago, the dealer replaced electric water pump. This engine has a main crank pulley down there, but you see the pulley just sit there as a harmonic balancer, but has 0 belts attached. There's no power steering ran by the belt. There's no water pump, no AC, there's nothing ran by the belt. It's all electric. So even the water pump is electric. Now, I don't know what you consider the price, $1,200, which was the part, super long life coolant, and the labor, maybe also diagnostic, I'm not sure really, doesn't matter. If you consider anything over $1,000 expensive failure on the vehicle, then we should include it. If you don't, then let's skip that and let's claim here very expensive repair, and that's the head gasket. Every single one of these third generation Priuses, this 4-cylinder engine 2ZR FXE, fails and blows head gasket. It's approximately between 150,000 miles and 220. That's what I see. This one, Toyota dealer said it needs it right now, and it's at 237. So that's the range I'm seeing here in the California. Might be different. It may be different in Alaska or Hawaii. I don't know where that range is there. So this came for that head gasket, and again you can see the prices, believe it or not. At least in our area you can see it between $4,000 and $7,000. I saw with my own eyes estimate for this work, and that person was selling that Prius for $1,000 because of that. Basically the person said, no, I will not pay. And I saw that estimate, it was $7,500. That female owner, she bought some Kia cheaper vehicle, and she was selling Prius like this for $1,000. Of course, I went look at it. It was extremely filthy and worn. I passed on it, and it sold. The first person who came after me, I was the first person. It sold immediately. How do I know? Well, because this younger female, she said to her mother, hey mom, I met a guy who does work on Toyotas, you need to bring your Prius to him. So the mother told me all those details later, that it sold immediately. So that's confirmed. That can total cute Prius like this one really quickly. What happens, you will have a hard startup in the mornings. There will be sooner or later check engine light with misfire in the cylinder number 1 or number 2. It's basically the passage in the head gasket which will start leaking in the number 1, number 2. You will see loss of coolant here in the coolant reservoir, which is interesting. This was diagnosed by Toyota dealer. There's no loss of the coolant, and since I got that vehicle and it was towed to me, it never had these symptoms. I just started taking it apart, so I'm even curious why dealer said this needs the head gasket. That paperwork didn't come, unfortunately. I would love to read it, but didn't show up. So you know this could be catastrophic, and it could be a write-off for this whole car, depending what's condition, what's the mileage. These prices of these vehicles went down recently, so that repair could actually total this otherwise very reliable vehicle. I have one more. Maybe the video is getting too long, but I have one more for you, which also can make or break this generation. So stay with me, one more item. And no, it's not inverter. I don't see any problems or technical service bulletins on those. It's not that beautiful computer sitting here. But my friend, very unfortunately, and that's why I'm filming it, because we have beautiful access to everything. It's right here. It's the brakes. You may experience with this generation spongy brake pedal. Also, if you pay attention to the details, you will hear in the cabin, as you have the spongy brake pedal, you will have check engine light, and you will hear some noises from the engine bay. That will be because there is a failure on here, that very special brake booster. And you will be not losing your brake fluid, because the failure, which is so famous and unfortunately it's common, the failure is the internal leak. So it's not leaking out and dripping somewhere on the floor. There is just malfunction, internal leak in that hydraulic / electronic unit, because you can see there's computer on it. Everything is attached to it. And there are two parts. There is a pump which is pressurizing that booster, and the booster, if you look up the Toyota TSB technical service bulletin, which was issued for that, you need to replace both parts. You may need a refresh of the software after that. It has a difficult bleeding procedure. So also this item, believe it or not, the parts itself are retailing Toyota approximately $2,000 plus the labor. So you can easily expect again $3,000 repair bill. And again, if you think about it, if you are buying this only for the gas savings, if other than that you have no attraction to the vehicle, you are not attracted, because yeah, it's practical, it's a kind of station wagon, but it's not a real wagon, it's more hatchback. So if the Prius is the only reason to save money, and you are buying used without a warranty, I wanted to warn you. All that difference which you get every day, and it depending how much and how far you drive, all of that can be flushed down the toilet when one of these repairs will happen to you. Now again, somebody may also say, hey Peter, you are skipping the air intake problem. That will create check engine light, because the PCV valve, which is underneath, it shoots so much oil in it that you will have problems with that. Well, I think that should be cleaned and fixed for less than $1,000, but depending on you. The one more item I saw on this vehicle, and that was the paperwork, not from a dealer, but it was from the here south of us in different area of California. There were codes also for EGR system. I hope you can see it. There is a whole EGR cooler going backwards towards to the exhaust pipe, and it's also going here into the intake. This will also plugged up, and this vehicle had that done 2 years ago, and the bill from somebody else than dealer was approximately, I read it, $850. So that's another expensive item, but I will not say catastrophic expensive like hybrid battery in the back, head gasket, or this entire fiasco with that brake booster. I'm extremely happy I had a time to film this video because why? Well, it's really good that everybody is educated about these problems. Knowledge is the power. So if you know what you are facing, it will be way more easy for everybody to make a decision if they want to risk buying a used Toyota Prius 3rd generation, or maybe they just have to try to see the service history, look it up. Maybe some of these items were already done, and therefore the vehicle will be happily driving ever after forever. That's what we all hope, correct? If we have a used vehicle every day, we are thinking, well, hopefully it lasts another year and then maybe I will sell it and get something newer. So I'm super happy I was able to, in this case, educate you about it, give you heads up what could go wrong as expensive items on 3rd generation Prius. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel and have a great day, my friend.